there you are, YouTube. Do. Subscribe if you're interested, but also no pressure. Hey, I'm wearing this Godzilla t-shirt, and I didn't plan this. It just sort of worked out that I also watched Godzilla Minus One today. I thought that was really good. It's very sentimental, much more than I was expecting, which I thought was really nice. And it looked like, though, they're setting it up for... I guess a quick little spoiler here. Setting it up for a sequel, which I don't always like, because I like a movie to feel singular and not to set up more films. And it really only does it in its final shot. But I just wish they wouldn't have done it, because it just felt like a really nice little movie. But anyway, looked like Roger Ebert was about to fall off over there. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to do a random ranking. That's when we go to my movie collection behind me and pick out 3 movies at random and then rank those movies based on whatever criteria we see fit for those 3 films. So let's go pick those 3 films. Here we go. Maybe something right here. Let's do this. And then, you know what? Let's find out what's down here. Okay, and then, I don't know, maybe something in this area. So we gotta make sure. I've seen him, yes. Yes, love it. Yes. Okay. I'm trying to remember. No, okay. Anyway, here we go. Starsky and Hutch. So I really love this movie because, well, my dad always loved this TV show, and I grew up hearing about this TV show, and my dad's first car. Actually, I don't know if it was his first car. It was my first car. But it might have been his first car. I don't know. Let's say it was his first car. It was a Gran Torino, which is what they drive here in the movie and in the television show. So my dad's Gran Torino was green, and mine was actually about this color. See, this is more of a red, but mine had a slight, maybe like a almost orangeness to it. It wasn't orange, but it was like so close to it. So see, like where the jacket and the red sort of mix, it was sort of like there, but closer to the red. But yeah, my first car was a Gran Torino with a 351 Cleveland. And so yeah, and that was kind of like, because I'm not a car person at all. I just look for the cheapest car that will last the longest. But that was sort of like in those early days of being younger, and having your driver's license. My dad's influence kind of creeping in when it came to cars, and then friends as well, when we're all talking about like one of them had a Monte Carlo, and what was my second car was really cool too, a Buick Regal. I loved that thing. That actually might have been my favorite car. The Regal Sport. Was it called the Sport? Gosh, see, I'm barely a car person, but I loved that one. Actually, my 4Runner, that's probably my favorite car I've ever had. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I really liked the 4Runner. I like being a little elevated. But anyway, Starsky and Hutch, this was pretty funny. Who directed this? Todd Phillips. Oh, right, Joker. I think he also did... did he also do, the one where all the guys are in college? Why is it not coming to me? Frank the Tank, Will Ferrell. Why is it not coming to me? Not Owen Wilson, but Luke Wilson. But we do have Vince Vaughn, which is in both. So yeah, I thought this movie was funny enough. It actually got 2 thumbs up from Ebert and Roper. Wow, that's kind of surprising. But yeah, I do like this. It's a little, funnier, silly or whatever. But I don't know. I have a good time with it. Also, Todd Phillips, he has that guy. I think maybe this guy's in other movies too. And actually, I just found out that this guy's married to, what's her name? Nimiji? I can't remember how to say her name from, we all know her from Hocus Pocus, right? Um, he's married to her, but he's like a singer, and he does funny like songs in these comedies during this era, where he's like swearing heavily, and I don't know, it's funny stuff. But anyway, so that's Starsky and Hutch. Next we have For Your Consideration, Christopher Guest movie, which I think he is brilliant and hilarious. That's him right there. He also stars in his films, and I like here it says a new comedy from the director of Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show, and A Mighty Wind. I think the first one I ever saw might have been Best in Show, but it might have also been Waiting for Guffman. It's either Best in Show or Waiting for Guffman. I'm trying to think of the timeline here. I think it might be Best in Show. Did I even watch Best in Show, though? Or do I just had a friend who loved it and it was like her favorite movie? I think maybe that was it, and then I saw it later. Because I think my first experience with old Christopher, again, everybody thinks maybe Spinal Tap is included. It's not. Sure, he's there and everything, but that is a Reiner film. It's not a Christopher film. So, yeah, this girl and we were, I don't know. I think we were dating. I was always really bad at like turning it into an official thing. I don't know. I always had a tough time doing that. But we were in college, getting lunch together all the time, making a point to see each other. And then she said her favorite movie was Waiting for Guffman. I told her I'd never seen it, and then I watched it with her. And yeah, I actually wasn't that into Waiting for Guffman, but I did like Best in Show when I finally saw that one. And then For Your Consideration is my favorite one, but a lot of that's just Oscar bias because I, really love the Oscars. So some of that, if the Oscars weren't like my favorite thing ever, would this be my favorite Christopher Guest film? I don't know. So anyway, I really like it. It's funny. It's about a group of people that are making this film, and it gets a tiniest whisper of possible awards buzz, and it all goes to their head. And just with any old Chris film, things don't work out, and it's comedy. It's good. So many great people in it. Look at all those people. Catherine O'Hara. What's his name? Michael McKean, Eugene Levy. I think Parker Posey's probably in this. Yes, right there. It's name after name. Let me read some of these here. Bob Balaban. Jennifer Coolidge. I mean, she's had such a moment right now. Christopher Guest, obviously. John Michael Higgins, Eugene Levy, Jane Lynch, Michael McKean, Catherine O'Hara, Parker Posey, Harry Schreer, Fred Willard, of course, he's hilarious in this, right there. But anyway, this cast is amazing, and it's so funny. I want to see another one. I want to see another one of these movies. They're great. They're like mockumentary style, so they are like Spinal Tap, but again, it has a lot of the same people from Spinal Tap, but they are not Rob Reiner films. Anyway, what's next? Oh, Death Proof. Right. So I remember, speaking of, that's funny, the girl who showed me Waiting for Guffman, we also went on a double date and saw the Grindhouse films, double feature. So that's funny. Back in my life here. So this, I think, at the time was my least favorite of the two, but now I feel like it might be my favorite of the two in terms of, Death Proof and, gosh, I can't even think of what the other one was called now. It should be listed here. They should say it, but I don't see it here, oddly. The Robert Rodriguez one. So this is the Quentin Tarantino one, but Robert Rodriguez made... Oh, I thought it was going to come to me. It's down there somewhere. I hope that the title of it comes to me. But anyway, yeah, this was a lot of fun, but at the time it was not my favorite of the two. Planet Terror. Yes. Okay. I liked Planet Terror more, but now I think I might like this one more. I don't know, maybe I like them equally. Um, but now also what was fun about it were the previews between the films. I remember I did have to get up and go to the bathroom, so I did miss one preview, and I think it was Rob Zombie's, unfortunately. Um, and yeah, this is good though. When I think of like Tarantino movies, this one is probably my least favorite of them all. Even though I do like it, if I had to rank them all, this one would probably be my least favorite. I think. I don't know. I would like to go back and rewatch them all to see if it is my least favorite. It felt like it dragged, you know. That's part of the issue. But how are we going to rank these? Well, that's kind of funny. As I just talked about how I would rank this one last for Tarantino movies, and I might rank it last here. But it does have great stunts in it, Stuntman Mike, and it's also connected to, I believe, it's in the same universe as Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because I think Stuntman Mike and Stuntman Bob are like brothers or something. Am I getting their names right? Stuntman Mike and Stuntman Bob? Anyway, so yeah, I think I'm going to go for your consideration the Christopher Guest film. Then I'm going to go Starsky and Hutch. I'm kind of in the mood to watch comedy and right now, and the whole first car thing, Gran Torino. Not to say that the car here in Death Proof, that's pretty great as well. It's I just like the whole concept, I guess, of this movie. I think I might like the concept more than the execution, but whatever. It's still good. So I'm gonna go Death Proof last, Grindhouse Death Proof last. So one more time for your consideration, then Starsky and Hutch, and then Death Proof. My question to you is, have you seen these films? And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all three, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below. What did you think of Godzilla Minus One? I'd love to know that. It is on Netflix. That's how we watched it. It was streaming. But anyway, once again, tell me about all these movies in the comments below, and perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.